This channel is supported by Truefire. Truefire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. Nearly 11 years ago now, the Boss OD1x, the Boss DS1x were released, and 2 years later, Boss released the CP1X. Now, these are a little bit taboo maybe for some of you, because these are, I think, all digital pedals. The reason that I think that is that Boss also brought out an OD200, which they called a hybrid drive. Do a little bit of digging online. It's not that clear what the hybrid element is, but I found on Reddit someone had a chat with Boss. Unfortunately, we are not able to share service manuals or circuit diagrams for products. Our suggestion and our engineer's response is to explore the tonal possibilities in our Boss product, whether they're analog or digital, or a little bit of both. There are some all-digital effects involved, some analog, and some a combo of both. And I think the speculation is that if you have X in the name, that these are then all digital. The thing with these that Boss say is that there's this multi-dimensional processing thing going on, which is DSP-based, which basically takes different parts of the signal and processes them differently. Now, in compression, this would be called like multi-band compression, right? In drive, that's a little bit less conventional, right? So you think that these sound decent or not? I'm going to be plugging them direct into Helix Native, as I ordinarily do, so that it's consistent with other videos that I made. But let's just check these out. Would you buy a digital drive pedal? Is, I guess, the crux of this. And to me, it seems like a little bit antithetical to the idea of having a drive pedal if it's digital. But if the tones are there, then do you care? Let's have a listen. Okay, so first of all, we got the CP1X. So this probably makes more sense than anything else. So you've got level, attack, ratio, compression. I think it's going to be pretty difficult to see this on the screen. They'll start with everything at like halfway. So my clean tone. Okay, now let's level up. Kind of cool. you can see here, like the level. So, attack. Let's turn the ratio all the way up for like the squishy. Compression all the way up. Kind of. I will say that one of the things that he said about this pedal was that it actually, compared to like an analog compressor pedal, is pretty quiet, and I think that checks out. As in, it's not introducing a ton of noise. So say if you had like a Keeley compressor or, you know, an older Boss compressor, I think people have tended to find those can be quite noisy. You know, to demonstrate compression in a video. Kind of tricky sometimes. Right, DS1X. Let's just start this. Distortion is backed off. Turn this distortion up slightly. Yeah, it's like not... I'm getting like the noise that I normally would in my room, but that's a pretty quiet compressor. Right, let's... Right, distortion up further. Bring up the lows a bit. It's not bad, is it? I wouldn't say it's screaming. Right, if we had gain up quite high, yeah, I'm not loving that one, I've got to be honest, but I'm not generally that into like clipping stuff. The reason I put this before the OD1X is because I'm thinking maybe this into the OD1X might suit me a bit better. There's like a bit of a cocked wah element to this that reminds me of that Metal Zone a bit, because I'm not sure I'm particularly enjoying. There does seem to be like a nice bit of clarity to this all. In my head, like I'm still thinking digital, I think. And I'm thinking like those are quite bright pedals. But not hugely noisy. Say for instance I swapped this one out for an OD3. I think it's kind of a bit of a tough sell when there's so many analog drives out there, and when the digital versus analog thing, really, I think there's still so much convincing that people need, especially in pedal format, where, you know, typically with the digital thing, you're going down the route of having lots of choice. When, say, I could choose between an OD1X and an OD3, I think a lot of people are going to just go down the route, well, I'll go with the analog anyway. If they're a similar price, I expect that this was a way to try and bring some of the like GT1000 core algorithms into the compact pedal form, which I think the compact pedal form is what sells best for Boss, I'm guessing, but I think that must be the case. And this was a way to sort of bring some of that R&D into the compact pedal form. I don't know whether you've tried these or not. These belong to my buddy Tony up the road, who has, you know, these apparently have a little bit of a cult following. But for me, I think if I was buying a drive pedal or even a compressor, maybe in this compression case, I can see that this, I think, has relatively lower noise things going on. But if I was going to go down this route, wouldn't I be better off just getting the GT1000 core in general? That's got a lot of dust on it. But, you know, I'm just saying, you know, if we're accepting that this is DSP-based tone, then go the whole hog, get a GT1000 core. I think Johnny Marr has one of these on his board. Would that make more sense, less sense? You know, I could at least do the job of an OD1x and a DS1x in here, assign them to foot switches. Would it be that different in tone? Probably not. Would it be that different in price? Probably not. I'd have way more options in the GT1000 core. I think that's the tough thing about this as a digital choice. Given that they still sell these now that these things are here, or the OD200 for example. I don't know, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you ever buy a digital drive is the question. Cheers for stopping by.